it's Zero at Disney Cars Toy Club, and today we're going to be doing a spooky video for you guys. We're going to be opening up some Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pop Mystery Mini blind boxes. We also have a couple of the Kidrobot Dunny sideshows to open up. We have 2 pumpkin decorating kits, including Spider-Man and Minnie Mouse. And finally, we are going to be making our own Play-Doh pumpkin. Now we're going to start the video off by opening up our blind boxes first. And let's actually start with the Dunny Sideshow Kidrobot blind box. I really like these. This set has actually turned out pretty cool. This one actually feels kind of blocky. If you notice, it's kind of in the shape of a square. And okay, looks like we got a football player. Look at that. That's a pretty cool Halloween style Dunny right there, which is why I wanted to do this set today. But I'll go ahead and get his helmet on. We'll see what he looks like. That's what he looks like he's doing right there. But this is going to be our football Dunny. Here's a look at the back. That's a really cool one to start off the video with. Of course, Halloween is going to be right around the corner. And we have some really special stuff planned for the channel and doing some Halloween videos for you guys. In fact, I've ordered some stuff that I cannot wait to show to you. And this one feels really light. I bet this is the eyeball mummy. And it is. So I've already shown this one on the channel before. So what I'll do for you guys, we'll open a third one of the Nightmare Before Christmas blind boxes. We'll open another one since we got that duplicate. And this one doesn't feel like a square. And we got another new one. Drop the card there. So here he is. Wow, look at this one. Here's a look at our Dunny. Now if you notice, his necklace is going around his neck right there. And I was trying to pull his head off. It doesn't come off. But this is kind of like a rubber band necklace. As you can see, you can kind of stretch it out over the top of his ears. So now we got his necklace on there. How cool is that Dunny? Man, that one's awesome. That is, we got 2 new Dunnies, and that one is a 2 and 20. It's a common one, but I really like that one. I really like the blue around his face. That is just one really beautiful Dunny. I mean, he's got like a little blue hue or tint right there on the top of his ears. He's got some little marks going down his ears. They gave him a little bit of hair, which most of the Dunnies don't have any type of hair. The necklace is just really bright and colorful. He's got a pretty cool expression on his face. He's got a really neat staff. That one's just awesome. I really like that Dunny. Now that we've knocked over our mummy, let's go ahead and open up the next Nightmare Before Christmas blind box. Now if you guys notice, we got some candy, a little bit of candy out here on the table. These are like soda pop cans with candy inside. You lift this little tab up. There we go. I had to use the scissors because these were a little hard to open, but you pop the top. It's got a little hole in the top there. And if I could get one out, that's the one bad thing about these is the hole is about the same size as the candy, so it's kind of hard to get these out. These weren't made very well. But I have to tell you guys, there we go, finally. I have to tell you guys, these do not taste very good. Surprisingly, they taste kind of like an antacid, like a Tums or something like that. They just don't taste very good. So they look cool, but I wouldn't recommend eating this candy. The neat thing about that candy, or what makes it special, is it's supposed to fizz in your mouth, which it does, but again, it almost tastes like you're eating baking soda. It just doesn't taste very good. But here we go. Here's Oogie Boogie, and he is a 2 and 24. So he's another common. Go ahead and set that down. Still trying to get the taste of that piece of candy out of my mouth here. Let's go ahead and open up the next one. I think one of the flavors tastes alright, but the rest of them are just, ugh. Would not recommend eating that stuff. Unfortunately, the bad thing is when I saw those in Toys R Us, which is where I bought them, I was like, man, those things look really cool. And then I saw that they fizzed, so I'm like, I bet they taste good. So I bought like 4 of them, 4 packs, and there's like, I guess 6 in a pack or something. So that's a lot of candy that's not going to get eaten. And here we go with this one. This is a 2 and 24 as well. So look at the back. She's got like a little rose in her hand. That's a really cute Funko Pop. We opened some of these on the channel in the past, but we didn't do a lot of them. So here's our fourth and final Mystery Mini blind box. I did buy the entire case, so if you guys watch the next Play-Doh egg video that we do, we're going to be opening these up. We also have some really cool new blind boxes that some of you guys have been requesting, so I'm really excited to do the Play-Doh egg video for this week. Oh man, no! So we got another one. So what I'll do is I'll open one more for you guys since we got another one of those. All right, here we go. Unless I get one of the ones that's out here on the table, this is gonna be the final one. And when we did a few of these a few months back, we didn't get any of the rare or hard to get ones. In fact, we didn't get a lot of the characters because we only opened up a few. So let's see what we get here. Of course, we got Jack Skellington in the Disney Mystery Mini series that we showed you guys. This better not be another green Oogie Boogie. Oh man, what are the chances of that? I mean, that's crazy. We got two and you know, I'm grabbing the boxes from different places in the case, so it's not like they're next to each other either. The Kidrobot blind boxes are usually pretty good with not giving you a ton of duplicates. And we finally got a new one. Wow, look at this one. So this one is, I guess it's a 2 in 24. He's got kind of like a glow to him. Okay, yeah, one is white and one is kind of got this glow, so he's going to be a common as well. Next up, we're going to open up our pumpkin decorating kit right here. Now, if you look at the back, you kind of just punch these into the, or put them into the pumpkin. I don't know if I'm going to punch them in there, but we're going to put them into these little pumpkins, and we're going to see what they look like. So it should turn out pretty neat. So I'll go ahead and get this taken out of the package. So here's the pieces that we're working with. Here's Minnie's face, and here's our moldy pumpkin that I bought about 2 weeks ago. We're just now getting around to doing this video, so I'm gonna try to just punch it in there and see if we can get it to go in. Let's see what happens here. Oh wow, that actually went in really easily. And then for her feet, let's see. You know, I think this was actually made for a bigger pumpkin now that I'm looking at it, but let's see what happens here. See if I can just jam it on into the pumpkin. If not, I can just, yeah, I don't think it's going to go in that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and just kind of start a little hole right there. And now it goes in pretty easily. And I'm going to try to line this up a little bit with the other side. Again, just punching a hole in with the scissors. That way you don't have to use a knife. And just going to kind of bend the legs down a little bit. You know, this almost reminds me a little bit of the Wizard of Oz with these, with her legs like that, kind of like the witch under the house. But let's go ahead and punch in her hands. Hopefully we'll put them on the right side. I almost put them in on the wrong side. But this is kind of like the lazy way to decorate a pumpkin. Let's do the other side here. And I did consider doing like a carving, like carving up a pumpkin and showing it to you guys, but I've never done that before, so I'm not sure if I could do a very good job of that. But here's our Minnie Mouse pumpkin. Look at that. Wouldn't that be neat just sitting on your porch? You know, that turned out a lot better than what I thought it was going to. I wasn't sure how it was going to look, but that's actually really neat. Now, if you notice with the Spider-Man right here, his feet are on the bottom of the pumpkin just like so. And it's just basically a little piece that you slide under there and the pumpkin just kind of rests on it. So it's actually, the Spider-Man's easier to do than Minnie Mouse is. And I guess we'll put Spider-Man's face like right about there. So we'll go ahead and punch a little hole in there. See if we can push it on in. And depending on how fresh your pumpkin is, if it's a little old like this one over here, they should just pop right in pretty easily. But if it's a newer pumpkin like this, it's probably going to be a little bit harder. So trying to figure out, guess we'll put it maybe right about there. And speaking of pumpkins, I actually really like pumpkin seeds. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I'm like having to really put a lot of force into this Spider-Man right here. So there he is. And you know, if you have a smaller pumpkin, this would probably look a lot better than this big pumpkin does, because if you notice the way his arms are, you kind of need a little bit of a smaller pumpkin so his arms would be coming more out like that. But because the pumpkin's so big, if I put the arms out here, it'd look kind of strange. But There is our Spider-Man pumpkin, and in my opinion this Minnie Mouse right here looks a lot better than the Spider-Man does. I really like the way the Minnie Mouse looks. The way her legs and arms come out of there is just really neat. Which one do you guys like more? Do you like the Spider-Man more, or do you like the Minnie Mouse with the witch hat? And just one note about these pumpkin decorating kits. If you want to purchase these, I actually found these at Lowe's, the home improvement home store. I was actually in there shopping for some stuff for some new lights for my house, and I saw these. So that's where I got them. I think they were around $10. It was somewhere around that price. Can't remember the exact amount, but that's where I found them. Now, we're going to do something a little special with our pumpkin Play-Doh egg that we're about to make right here. This is the new Minecraft blind box that a lot of you guys have been requesting me to do. This is the Grass 1 series. We're going to take whatever's inside of here and we're going to put it inside of our egg, and we're going to make a Play-Doh pumpkin surprise egg for tomorrow's video. So now that I got my 3 cans of orange Play-Doh opened up, I'm going to mash it all together. This Play-Doh is actually pretty old. This was some of the original Play-Doh that I used back on the channel when I first started in April of this year. Of course, the channel's been around since March of last year, but I really started doing the toy videos on here in about April. I think April 1st or 2nd was my first video. But now that we got our orange Play-Doh, I'm gonna wrap it up around this blue egg. So now that I have my Play-Doh pretty much wrapped all the way around this little egg, of course there's a couple little creases in there. I'm just kind of mashing them in with my thumb a little bit. I'm going to take the egg and just kind of roll it around on the table. That way it gives it kind of a smooth, clean look to it. That way there's not so many lines and creases all over it. Just going to use my hand too to just kind of get rid of some of those marks all over it. The main thing is this Play-Doh is pretty old, so if the Play-Doh itself wasn't so old it wouldn't look so kind of raggedy. But that's okay because this is the last time it's going to be used. But the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my fingers and just go around the pumpkin and just kind of mash the pumpkin Play-Doh in there. And what that's going to do is it's going to give it a little bit of a pumpkin-like texture or shape. So now that I've kind of pushed my fingers in there and given it a little bit of ridges, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this pen right here and just kind of make them a little bit more profound so that you can actually see the lines a little bit better. And that way it'll kind of stand out a little bit more and look a little bit more like a pumpkin. So now that we got our little ball of Play-Doh actually looking a little bit more like a pumpkin, we're going to set it down. We're going to take our brown Play-Doh now, and we need to make a little stem at the top so that it looks a little bit more like a real pumpkin. Probably just need just a little bit of brown Play-Doh here. Just gonna roll it up a little bit. Gonna kind of mash it down. And we're just gonna slap it right on the top there. So there's the top of our pumpkin. Now we need to put some eyes on this thing, and I have these little plastic googly eyes that you can buy from any hobby store. I got these from Michael's. We're just gonna press them in, and then we got one final thing to do, which is to make the mouth. Now to make the mouth, I was thinking of either using just black Play-Doh or I was gonna use the scissors. Well, I decided I'm gonna use the scissors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of cut his mouth out. We're going to give him kind of a little bit of some teeth and some sharp edges, and we're going to see what this looks like. He's going to have a giant mouth, and then I'm going to take the Play-Doh and just kind of pop it off. So there he is with his mouth. Now if you notice, the Play-Doh is real rough around the edges, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of mold it in there so where it's nice and neat and clean looking. And I can't really get the teeth perfect because it's so small. If I had made a bigger one, it would have been a lot easier to do. But what I am going to do, because I noticed when I opened up his mouth right here, there's a little sticker right there. So I'm going to take some pink Play-Doh and we're going to make him a giant pink tongue to help cover up that sticker. So here's our little tongue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just press it right into the back of his mouth here. And we can straighten it out and kind of even it up a little bit. And I'm going to take my scissors right here and I'm going to just kind of draw a little line going down his tongue so that it actually looks a little bit more like a tongue. Pretty much the same thing we did with our Venom Play-Doh egg that we did back when we did the Spider-Man video. And for the final touch, I put a couple plastic spiders on there. So now he's got some spiders kind of crawling around on him. That is a awesome Play-Doh surprise egg for tomorrow's video. Hope you guys are going to check that out. You'll be able to see the Minecraft surprise toy that's inside. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to press the like button. It allows us to continue making videos like this for you guys. This is Disney Cars Toy Club, and as always, thanks for stopping by.